My love, your value is beyond modern day comprehension. Ooh, it is ineffable. Have you heard of that word? Maybe I've used it before, but it means so great or extreme or beautiful that it defies words. There's no words for it. Literally, the people cannot comprehend the value that you bring. You might not even be able to comprehend it because you are also part of the modern collective's comprehension, okay? So don't be too hard on yourself if even you sell yourself short, if you accept less than what you have deserved. We're taught kind of to hold ourselves only by the valuation system of someone who got here before us. So if you're a woman, you know, your value has often been tied to your ability and willingness to create and rear children, right? Okay. But like, and so we have lots of women who were kind of crushed in their time because they, you know, were great painters, great thinkers, great engineers, great philosophers, but society was like, oh, we don't need any of that. We just need you to go raise them kids. Okay? How terrible. Oh, how stifling. What a tragedy. We know lots of people who wrote amazing books, wrote amazing poems and songs, who like discovered really brilliant things, who lived their life in a very visionary way, and people didn't realize it until maybe after they were dead. In their time, in their contemporary time, people could not imagine, conceive of what they were doing, of what their value was. That doesn't mean they weren't valuable. It just means that everyone else couldn't see it. They didn't understand why. You know, a diamond is inherently worthless. And it's only because some Belgian motherfuckers were like, it costs this much, that we all like agree. So you're the diamond. You're a self-valuing diamond. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, you set the value. You set your price. And if other people can't see it, if they're like trying to convince you, no, we're not going to pay for that. When have we ever paid for that? Listen, you're a visionary, babe. You have to see it before everyone else does. You can't devalue yourself just because the modern person can't comprehend the vision that you have. Thank God that so many of the brilliant women artists didn't stop just because no one else was crediting them. They didn't stop just because everyone else was like, oh, no one's going to value that. No one's going to choose you if you do it that way. Thank God they didn't stop. And so think about that for yourself. Your, you know, the notes you have in your, you know, notes app, the entries you write in your diary, the little songs that you sing to yourself, you have to see those as valuable before anyone else does. Don't let the limits of modern comprehension stop you, talk you out of your brilliance, babe. And also, oh my gosh, I can't really go that far because there's like a lot of weeds and stuff, but like, I wanted you to see these beautiful wisteria in the back. That's not even like all of them, but it's kind of hard to get the lighting, but beautiful, brilliant, just like you. What did I say the word was? Ineffable. I keep wanting to say ephemeral, but it's ineffable, which is something that is so great or extreme or beautiful that there are no words to describe it. That is what your value is. Literally, people can't even conceive of it. When you come into the room, that thing you bring, that feeling that everyone has, that inspiration, that like breath of fresh air that you bring, there is no modern equivalent for it. We do not have a way to value that. You know, it's not just something some lame white dude can commodify. So we're taught that it doesn't have a value. That's not true. That's not true, baby. Before there was a use for oil, you know, petrol, it's not like people didn't live on a valuable resource. They just didn't really have a use for it. It was beyond their comprehension of what they could use it for. So think about what things you might have that simply because some white man can't figure out how to commodify it might still be incredibly valuable to you, to the holder, to the resource owner, to the means of production, right? So yeah, your value is beyond modern day comprehension. So don't be too hard on yourself or on other people who devalue you, who just can't see it. Their simple, little, weak, unimaginative minds cannot comprehend the brilliance and the value that you bring. But you know what? I think they start to like realize how much value you bring when you withhold it, when you're not just giving it away to everyone, when you recognize who you are, your being, what you bring is a precious commodity. It is a valuable commodity, so valuable that we don't have a modern system of valuing it. So you got to give it to us. What are you worth? What are those brilliant words that you keep saying, no one's going to want to read that? That's not true. Everything that you want wants you. So if you want people to be moved by your brilliant words, there are people who want to be moved by your words. You just have to align with them. You just have to believe they exist. Maybe all of those artists from, centuries ago who were, not for whatever reason connected to the church or the, royalty, whatever the governing system, they still had to keep writing, How difficult must it have been there? Like, everyone was like, nah, a book? We don't even have a printing press. Like, there's not even a thing, okay? No one cares what you have to say. But thank God they kept writing, right? I hate, though, when it's like, we learn that like this artist, we never really understood that they were actually this brilliant and prolific writer, but we didn't find it out until after they died and like their surviving sister happened to stumble upon these like books and books worth of wisdom. But that's not you. And that's not going to be me. I'm going to be known well within my lifetime. So I have to understand that like this period, this liminal space before the, reality that I know is coming is already here on some other timeline. I don't know how it works, but I know it does. I just have to understand that I'm already there. So, and that I can't mess it up. Literally, my purpose, my value to society, to the collective, to history is so important, so ineffable, that, the divine is like, we got to make it foolproof, even from her. So I can, even if I might go through a phase where I'm like, yeah, they're right, it's never going to work. Who's ever going to like pay me to do whatever? Like, who's going to pay me for my wisdom? It'll never work. It doesn't even matter. The divine has made that part of the process. That's part of the story now for me to guide other people through this liminal space. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a period where like it might be only you who sees it. It might be only you who recognizes your value. You might be tempted to sell yourself short. You might be tempted to do something that makes more sense to other people. But I hope you resist that urge, okay? Look at how adorable I am. Like, I just can't. I even wish the like lighting was a little bit, I wish the sun moved a little bit that way so that you could just really take it in. But I guess I'm supposed to be the sun in this video. I love that. But yeah, don't worry about it. These people, they know not what they do. They see you, they hear you, and they're so used to bullshit. They're so used to like corrupted, things with an ulterior motive. They literally cannot process what you're giving them. They see this brilliant, pure, substantive, nutritious light warming them, healing them, compelling their evolution and growth. And they're like, oh, whoa, no, give me McDonald's. Not really, though, because we're boycotting them, right? McDonald's doesn't even exist anymore. Starbucks either. Target either. Yeah. So your value is beyond modern day comprehension, my loves. Don't let that discourage you. Just because like they don't get it now doesn't mean they will. And things are moving a lot faster than they ever have in history. And so before, artists might have died in obscurity, brilliant people might have died in, the manufactured poverty that has been, thrust upon them. But that doesn't matter anymore. We just see how everything is connected. We just see how much power we all have. So you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid that you're going to miss your shot. You don't have to be afraid that, like, oh, I'm ahead of my time, so they'll never catch up. No, babe, you're a visionary. People love a visionary. People love people who have the imagination. And that actually might be your job, your purpose, is to expand our capacity to imagine, to understand what is possible, to like value something. You're expanding our capacity to value something. Might be children, it might be yourself. Oh my gosh, you know what that just made me think of? Okay, like my therapist, I'm the only one who she has to handwrite her notes, because usually she uses an AI transcription app, and it will give her like a summary of whatever the person says and give her some like suggestions for like what's going on and maybe what she can, write in the follow-up email that she sends us. And so for me, I have a like really high self-concept. She said I like, we did a little, self-assessment, and I have the highest scores that she's ever seen. I love myself. I understand that I'm so capable, and that I'm the one. I just really believe in myself. Okay. But the transcription AI, it will go through my session and it'll be like, wow, sounds like your client is delusional and she might benefit from some grounding exercises to bring her back down to earth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, transcription AI, that I am so brilliant. The love I have for myself confounds human intelligence right now, human and artificial intelligence, which is just made from human intelligence. So like literally the AI sees how much I love myself and it assumes I must be having a mental break. It assumes I must be crazy. Maybe I am, but I'm not wrong. Might be crazy, but I'm never wrong. Might be a little bit before my time, but never wrong. Maybe a little bit, early for you hoes, but you'll come around. You'll see, like Sheba, soon enough. So I don't have to worry about it. In the meantime, I can just relax, actually, because like sometimes once people realize something is really cool, like they realize like, oh, Tulum is really fun, then everybody goes to Tulum, and they kind of ruin Tulum because we haven't been taught how to treat something valuable as sacred. We're taught to just kind of have children cavalierly, treat them however. We're taught to treat our bodies, our vessels, our spirit, our energy as kind of common and worthless and, giving it out at a discount. So I think this liminal period right now, between now and whenever, people, the valuation system catches up with your brilliance, your job now is to teach other people how to treat you. Teach other people what your value is. You are a self-valuing diamond, okay? How much is it worth? I think the fact that diamonds are mined by children at gunpoint devalues them, makes them worthless, makes them like, ew, gross. No, they're covered in children's blood. Why would I want that? Ew. Because some Belgian motherfucker said it's valuable, I'm supposed to agree? No, thank you. See what my wedding ring is? Silicon, which is probably also somehow mined poorly, but it's better. It costs like $10, and there's no bigger flex than being married to Billy Bunton. So I love it. Another example of just like, man, my value, his value, our value is just beyond modern day comprehension. So right now, some of the things we do, how we present, might seem a little like, what are they doing? I don't get it. It's because we're visionaries, babe. It's because our brilliance transcends modern comprehension and imagination. That's okay. We're here to expand the collective's capacity to imagine what is. We're here to expand the collective's understanding of how to treat something valuable. When something is valuable, you know, I don't know, I'm not a car person, but I know a lot of people are. If you've got like a fancy Porsche and you just like are, you know, whipping it around the city and like, you know, bumping people and scraping it and you never wash it and you never change the oil, that's not how you treat something valuable. Even if you know you can get another one, we're not supposed to just squander the valuable things. Because once we realize the value of it, we're going to be mad that we didn't see it. I think that's the point of the stock market. You're supposed to try to like buy something when the stock is low, when people don't understand the value, because you're able to see the future that it will be valuable. And so you look like a genius if you bought into the internet when it first came about. I think that's what they were trying to do with NFTs. They were trying to trick us into thinking that was a valuable thing. And they just kind of give us a story about, well, it's actually the picture and you own the girl, please. You are much more valuable than an NFT. And some of those sold for a pretty penny. So yeah. Your job is to recognize how valuable you are, even before anyone else, especially before anyone else. I think that's how it works, actually. It's all an inside job. All the success, the wealth, the recognition that you are desiring, you got to give it to yourself first, babe. Because then when someone else is coming to offer it, you're like, oh, I actually already gave this to myself. So is this better or worse than what I'm already giving me? If it's not good enough, then it's not good enough. We don't settle for less than we're worth. So anyway, let me get up out of here. Oh, so beautiful. Let me show you some more of these dang wisterias. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Stop. So beautiful. Yeah. So you're dope and know your value. Now that I've told you, don't waste time being like, oh, why did I sell myself short? You know, I could have asked for so much more. You know, now is a new moon yesterday, so it's still powerful. So now you know, the new you understands that your value is beyond modern day comprehension. So keep going. Keep giving us you. We want it. All right. I love you guys. Talk to you soon, Earth Angels, okay? Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you soon.